Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the next build. It's the D, the big D right here. We're doing the Enterprise D. This, if you didn't see where I showed off this and my other acquisitions like the Runabout and the, yes, I did get a 1537 Enterprise, another refit, because I don't know. It was there. It was cheap, it was there. But this was one of the other ones. This is a 1988 pressing of this kit. You can see there's a Tasha Yar. Yeah, she's right there. See her? Right there next to Jordy and what's his name? That guy. Will Wheaton. There she is. Anyways, this is what we're going to be doing. Show off the parts real quick. One of the reasons I like this is because it is an older pressing. If you get the new one that's clear, it is not going to be as crispy detailed as this, because the mold has been used over and over again. It's getting there. It's getting old. But these details, even through the plastic, are crispy. Let's show them off on the, let's put the hull over here. On the, yeah, the secondary hull, this big old piece. I did build this as a kid, a couple of these, but I've never lit it. I'm asking for some punishment there. See, you can see all these beautiful panel details. Look at all that. That is gorgeous. I don't want to lose this, so I'm going to be doing some minimal, the most minimal amount of sanding in order to get paint to stick to this, because I'm going to be doing a few layers of paint, and I really don't want to lose any of this gorgeous detail. You will lose some of this detail, but I'm just going to try to preserve as much as I can. And here's the, here it is right here. Yes, you want to get lights in your nacelles? You got to go through this puppy right there. Yes, you do. Also, there are 4 or 5 lights back here that we got to somehow put in. So we're going to have to remove, do something about this. I don't know yet. A lot of the lighting on this, I don't know. We'll just do it, I guess. So, I don't have any plans, really. Outside of the nacelles, I'm just kind of playing it by ear, I suppose. Because I know what I'm going to do for the nacelles. Because they're the easiest part. I should pretty much start with them. But we're not. We're going to start with something else. We're going to start with these. See all those? See those little indents? Yeah, those are windows. We're going to cut them all out. I can see there's a very thin plastic here. I think it's, oh, right there it's supposed to be thin because of the mounting for the base right here. This thing right here, this clip base. Clip it in there or clip it in up here, depending on if you put it up here if you're going to have the saucer separate, you put it back here if you're going to have the saucer on the ship. And we're going to have the saucer on the ship. We're not going to mess with this 3D chest looking board thing here. So we got that. We got the top here. Of course, these mash together like this. I still am a huge fan of this Andrew Probert design. I'm a huge fan of Andrew Probert, period. But yeah, just love the kind of organicness, organic shape to this ship. It just looks gorgeous from almost every angle. The nacelles, of course. You can see all that detail just popping in the light. Look at all that. That's beautiful. So I'm very happy to get a nice, and it was cheap too. I think this was like 20, 30 bucks for this guy here. And look at all the detail on the neck too. You can see that right there. It's gorgeous. And then all those tiny little windows. We will screw up on some of these windows. I just, you know, it just happens when you're doing that many windows. We're not going to do all of them, of course. I was talking to SDM and he says do every 3rd window, which is actually pretty, you know, every 2nd or 3rd, or break it up, you know, just kind of do that. I've looked at some screenshots. We're actually going to be looking at some screenshots in this video. I'm going to lose all this detail, all this beautiful detail on the battle bridge there. Battle bridge looks awesome. Look at that. Look at it now. because it's going away. It's going away. It's going to be hidden under a giant saucer. And then, of course, we have some other parts. Base, and then the captain's yacht, shuttle door. We're not using this. This is the shuttle bay. We're not using this either, but we're going to use this insofar as to take measurements off it, because we're going to build our own. I bought a few pieces to this already, a few extra pieces. One of the things I got, and I've never used this yet, I got these parts are from HDA Model Works. Yeah, I got this blue tape. This is ice blue, and it looks really cool. It's double density. You can see all the LEDs there. There's 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. But this is rated for 12 volts, right? Yep, 12 volts right there. This here, if I can do this. Boom. Yeah, that's nice. In person, you can see the bulbs, but that is gorgeous. I don't think I'm gonna have to be doing a ton of diffusing on the nacelles, but I'm gonna use this for the nacelles, and I'm gonna use this for the deflector array as well. What I'm going to do on the back of the nacelles, in which I only think I need to do a little bit of this. We'll get some clear pieces out here. I'm just gonna. I don't even know if I have to. It's so cool because this will just fit. The front side, of course, I'm gonna color copper because it is. Take this out. Just do this live. We're doing it live. And I'm not sure how far away from the nacelle itself I'm going to have to put this in order for it to kind of diffuse properly. The nacelles are pretty bright on the studio model, but yeah, I don't know exactly how far that's going to have to be. Let's light these up and just take a cursory glance. Of course, on the camera, they're gonna be blown out, but all right, let's see if I can do this with 2 hands. Nah, this might not work. Ouch. Zapped myself. When we were kids, we would dare each other to stick our tongues on these 9 volts. Alright. Alright, this isn't going to work. Hold on. Alright, I lost my plug-in, so I'm just going to have to do this like this. And if I look at this, yeah, you're not getting it. It looks really great there, but if you can see off to the left side by my hand, that's kind of more what it looks like in real life. You can see the individual bulbs through here. So we are going to have to do some diffusing. Not a ton, though. So, yeah, that's that. The other thing I bought for this outside of these was the green strawberry photo etch kit. I've never used anything from green strawberry. I was going to buy the Paul's photo etch parts, but his only had like the phaser arrays here, and then the sections for the secondary hull for this. One of his is just this, because you know you're gonna run your wires right here, trench it up to the nacelle, and we're gonna have to run 2 sets of wires because we're gonna have one for the flasher, because we're doing the 4-foot model. Just spoilers, we're doing the 4-foot model. Actually, we're gonna do a Frankenstein. We're gonna do a combination of the 4 and the 6. And so as it goes to lighting, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, we got to run our wires up through here. So one of his came with this, and the other one came with phaser banks, and it did come with the teleporter pads, but this came with a bunch of other stuff that I wanted. So I kind of had to make a decision, and I decided to go with this. And it kind of stinks that I won't get those teleporter emitters that go all in the hull. There's one here, one here. There's of course infamously one here and one here, and they're all over the place. But what I do get instead are a bunch of really good parts. These are for lighting in the nacelles. We probably won't be using these. But you got this really nice photo etch door for the number 1 shuttle bay. And you got doors for the other shuttle bays. Here's the number 2. And we got these. These are going to be interesting, shall we say. And I might not paint these because they look darn good in brass. So these might go on later, if at all. But I mean, they do look cool. They look just like the ones on the studio model. This is for your phaser. This goes around the phaser emitter. This section right here, or photon emitter. I'm sorry, photon. But this section right here, that's that. And they got little pieces here and there that go on the nacelles and such. So this is a really interesting little photo etch piece. We'll get to that later. Also, there's parts for the there's at least one part for the deflector array, for the little part that goes in the middle. This little section, we get to sand this off and put a nice photo etch part on there. We'll go through that when the time comes to assemble. Right now, we're just talking smack. That's what we're doing right now. So I would like to go over to the computer now and try out my new mic and see how good this works. And we're going to go over some of the plans for the ship. So I'll be back in a second. All right. So we have the 4-foot studio model right here. And we have the 6-foot studio model right here. You can see there are tons of differences already. We're not concerned about the differences in the shapes or the details. We are interested in the lighting. So we can see on the 6-foot model, these are illuminated. All of these are not illuminated, and it's the opposite on the 4-foot model. These are lit up. These are not. I do want to light these. I think they look cool lit up. So that's what I mean by, or meant by Frankensteining, because we're gonna, some of the lights on the that are on the 4-foot are going to be illuminated, and some that are on the 6-foot. We're gonna ignore all these differences that are totally messing with my OCD, like the spacing and number of these windows are completely different. It's totally messing with me. We're not gonna talk about that. We can see these lights up here are lit up, and we're gonna light those up. That is 10 forward. Yes, that is 10 forward. I will prove it to you. There, see? Mr. Okudo himself drawing 10 forward direction of flight. These 9 windows. Window config of 10 forward lounge on ship model, and that ship model is this ship model. So I don't want to hear any more arguments about where 10 forward is. It's right here, right here. All right, so we're gonna be lighting those up. Notice that none of these, none of the rest of these are lit up. They're like, nah, not that. We're just gonna paint them black and call it a day. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint these all black and call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do. So there's that. The other thing, oh, this is cool. I think this is a Probert. Yeah, this is Probert in '87. Just a cool little, you know, kind of sketch of where he was going. I just love there's shopping. There's a shopping mall inside the Enterprise. That's just bizarre to think about, but there's a shopping mall in the Enterprise. It's right there. So there's 10 forward. Here are all the models, or a bunch of the models. This isn't everything they use, but here's Mr. 6-foot here in all his glory. They used a 2-foot for a couple of shots, a couple of insert shots. They did use this battle bridge here, and this is the 4-foot model. This is the primary filming for most of the series. ILM used this on this handy dandy rig. And again, we're not going to let our OCD about the differences between these two models affect us. Here is something. Green Strawberry makes a really excellent shuttle bay resin kit, and it comes with three shuttle bays. We're not going to do that. We're going to build our own, and mine's going to stop right here. I'm not going to go through all this nonsense, but I think it's pretty much, by looking at it, it's based on this. These are the blueprints that came out, God, in 89, 88. But yeah, so here's the main shuttle bay. We're going to put a nice little bulkhead right here. We're going to cut off most of this. we're gonna put another door right here. We're gonna put a series of doors. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take from some of these renders I'm about to show you and kind of cobble something together. We're not gonna do the whole town of Springfield in here. Here's a render that someone did of the 3 shuttle bays in the Enterprise, and we're not gonna let the fact that these lights that are here shouldn't be or should be here. There's details that are missing. We're gonna ignore that. Here is this guy, this D. Joda. These are some of his renders, and they are excellent. Some of the details are not quite correct, but the shapes are spot on for really cool looking shuttle bay. And see, this is where ours is going to end. Right where this is right here. And here. We're going to put these lights in. We're going to put this in. We're going to put this is basically like the original Enterprise, the TOS Enterprise. You got the observation deck here. There's an episode where Kirk was walking with a very attractive young lady in this hallway in a completely different ship. But yeah, so this right here is where we're going to cut it off. Because nuts to that. Yeah, and this, I don't, this is just this guy's render. I don't agree with this at all, this giant piece of glass. Especially when you have cages like this over nothing. You want to reinforce this. This would just be nasty if it broke. It's transparent aluminum, I get it, but still. And here are his shapes for the 2 shuttle bays. Here's number 2, the smaller one, and number 3, the larger one, on the dorsal side of the neck. And these shapes are pretty much spot on to the studio sets. So, everything got screwed up. Yeah, here's the one of the. This is 3. This is 3. This is the front, and here you can see the side. And we're not going to worry about stuff like this because this would be microscopic in 1/1400 scale. We are going to worry about stuff like this, where again these Green Strawberry has photo etch for these. We're gonna those would be a cat hair's breadth. So we're not going to worry about those. We might just do our own thing or nothing. Who knows? These, I don't know if these are in the studio set though. These guys, we'll look because I got pictures. I know I do. That's just a really cool render I liked. Here we go. Oh, they are in the studio set. There is Mr. James Doohan, and there is Scotty and Geordi, and he's saying by this relics, I think, relics. Cool thing about this is, oh, I can't zoom in on this. Oh, that stinks. These are actually real working mnemonics. This thing actually closed. But yeah, we can see the shuttle bay, how it looks. This might be doable if we're doing it like that. The reason I didn't want to do the other ones is because you can see they got the spindly bases. But if it's got like a hardy base like this, we might be able to. I mean, they're going to be small. They're going to be teeny tiny. You're talking about the head of a toothpick, kind of big. But maybe we could do these. I got some more in here. Here's a nice one. This is good shot over the shoulder. You can see that there is a walkway up there. People down here. This guy, I might fill these kind of neat little containers too. We got the cylinder ones, and then these more of a, I guess, trapezoid or hexagon. Not quite hexagon. What is 5? It's a pentagon. 5-sided. And here's a shot from the other angle. This is 2. I think this is 2. Or is this 3? No, this is 3. So here's 3, and here's 2. The sets were the same. They just put different things on the floor. And we're going to do some shuttles, too. We're going to do the Curie, because this is kind of a cool shuttle. And then they had the little, these little shuttles, like the Elbaz. Like this thing here. I like this shuttle. Oh, it's in the background, too. This kind of shuttle. We're going to do that style of shuttle. We're going to do some shuttles. Yep, there it is. Cool little shuttle there in the middle. And this is a nice shot of this. So you can see the door. You can see these. There's a control panel there. See, and they move those controls. See, there was one over here. Well, they just moved that away. So it's not always there. This is a effect from, I forget which episode, but they this is an oversized model. And they blew open this door to push the Enterprise. What was it in? Was it in the one with the Reliant or the Miranda class ship? The time travel one? I think with Captain Fraser of the Miranda class ship. Kelsey Grammer actually played a captain. And they had to blow the door open, and you can see some nice detail in the shuttle bay. But also the model. See this right here? On the model, this just goes down. This is it goes back. It's a slant that goes back. It's not a curve. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of editing on the model to bring this curve, bring the shape more into line with the studio. Well, with this oversized, the studio model is like this too, FYI. But yeah, this comes to a point and it goes whoop. But the model actually sweeps back at a different angle. So we can do that with a rotary tool. Here's a picture of that just lit up. You can see the shuttle bay's lit here. See the nice details in here they got on that. And again, see flat and then swoop. So we're gonna change that. And oh, Captain Picard's quarters. I got some renders of Captain Picard's quarters. So yeah, building the shuttle bays. So we got a lot of reference art for those, and it's pretty simplistic curves and these panels. Not too bad. These renders are pretty nice too, and these especially. So we're going to be doing those 3 shuttle bays. I think that's it. I think that's all we got for computer stuff here. So I'm going to head back to the table. Be back in a second. Okay, I think that's enough blah 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 for this episode, and I'm pretty sure that's all our plans. And yes, you can see what I was talking about right here. If I got it in shot, these come back at an angle. We need to curve these off. That's what I was talking about right there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go give these guys a nice warm soapy bath, and I think I'm going to get started on the windows. I think that's how we're going to wrap this episode up, is me working on the windows and other assorted things. This kit I'm going to have to open up here in a minute. It does have... Oh, photo etch moved. There. It does have these things right here, those windows here, or whatever they are. So we can just cut this whole section out because we're going to put photo etch down there. These are open up too, I believe. I believe these are lit too. I'll have to double check that. So yeah, we're just going to start cutting out windows. And the ones for the bottom, I think this model doesn't actually have windows on the top edge here, but the bottom section does. So we'll be able to get 10 forward cut out window wise. So yeah, we could do a little assembly too. No, we can't. Well, we could. There is oh yeah, since this is the 4-foot model, the strobe on the back of the bridge is going to be married to strobes coming off the cells, like the refit. That's one of the things they did, is they put little strobe lights on the back here. So we're gonna do that too. So all right, I'm gonna get to washing, and I'll be back with some window drilling. Okay, we're in the old kitchen. You can see kitchen nephews right there. Here is the sink. We had our soap bin, rinse bin. You want to use warm water, not hot water. Use hot water, you run the risk of warping the plastic. And you want a warp ship, not a warped ship, as Uncle Lou Del Maso has said many times. So after I get done soaping them down and rinsing them, I usually take a paper towel or two, and I do get off as much of the water as I can, just because I don't like to get those little spots on it. We're not going directly to paint. I just wanted to get the parts cleaned. The initial cleaning, we were going to clean these again. But if you are going to paint, you don't want those any film from the soap right here on your plastic, because the paint will you'll just be painting it and it'll just whoop, wipe right off. So that is something to be careful about. I did separate some of my clear parts. I had to put them in here. So yeah, everything's drying completely there before I take it upstairs. I think what we're going to do now, before we get started with this, is we're going to look at that photo etch set, because I kind of want to dig into there, because this is where we're going to be doing all the body work. And that is part of the body work. So we're going to look at that. And pretty soon, we're going to be eating some chili. And look at that puppy. That's 5 hours 5 hours on the old crock pot. She's just about ready. So I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get to that photo etch. And this chili in about 10 minutes. Okay, so here is the green strawberry photo etch. Let's crack this puppy open. The instructions for these are online. I downloaded them from HDA Modelworks website. He's got them right there. When you go to buy them, they'll be right there on that page. So they are on my computer right now. But it's nothing too difficult. Some folding, some assembly. It's kind of an order of operations thing. And this stuff is in here. I don't want to ruin the this thing because I want to put it back into this thing. Well, that's scary. But here we go. And hold on a second here. Okay. Are these the instructions too? Did they also print them out? They did! Okay, cool. You get a printed version. I didn't know that. I thought it was only online. So yeah, you can see a printed version right here. Oh, cool. Very cool. Digging it. Okay. These things we're going to have to scratch over too a little bit. You're going to have to... Oh, nice. Nice. We got a nice in between sleeve. Okay, so here are pretty much all of our phasers. And these little things, I wonder what those are. I'm not sure what, there's rings, there's these tiny rings. Oh, I know what those are. Oh, those are doors. Oh my god. Okay, so these are hatches, and these are the rings that go around the hatches. What are those? These are little detail pieces. You can see how small some of these detail pieces are, like these things right here. Here's a door for, I think, shuttle bay 3. But yeah, those go somewhere. So do those. We'll have to look at the instructions. This is, I think these are nacelle parts. I'm not quite sure where some of this stuff goes. Some of this stuff we're not going to use. Some of this stuff they want you to, see if I can show that off. Because I got the instructions right here. Why not, right? Right. Yeah, for this, I don't think I'm going to be doing this. This is where the captain jack goes. I'm not sure what this is all about. Yeah, I don't quite know. Of course, you got this piece here that goes here, and you got another piece that goes in around here, and then these are detail pieces for the sides. This is another photo etch for there. There's your more phaser arrays. Yep, these are the big ones right here, and I think they're on sheet 2 here. Yeah, here we go, sheet 2. You can see those are the big ones that will cover up a multitude of sin. Right there. And a bunch more phasers. These are for the impulse engines right there. Those nice little grills. They're going to look awesome. There's another one of our doors, our third door. Here's a door. More parts. These are for the nacelles, I know that. There are those windows I was talking about. There's for the dorsal, the neck impulse engine. But yeah, these are the windows I was talking about. Not sure what that is. That is for the deflector array. Yep, and then that's for that underside there. I think these are also doors. Teeny tiny doors. Or something like that. Yeah. So we won't need this one on the neck, or on the, yeah, on the neck, on the top side of the neck, the battle bridge side. Yeah, see, that's that piece that folds around, and you remove these sections there, so you can get light. Oh yeah, you have to put some of those teeny tiny doors on the back side of this. And then you apparently bend those up. You're bending something up there. I think you're bending up these window pieces here. Or you're bending them back. Or something like that. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, that's not... Not exactly clear, but see, that just folds around the neck there, and you want to remove those, and then that. Yeah, these, as I said, I might not be using these for the nacelles. We'll see. Here's a big one. Check that puppy out. And now this is like one of those where do you start things. Because if these don't line up, I mean, if you have a little bit of room left over on any of these, if you start here, by the time you get to here and you've been putting everything together to only discover that there's, about that much underbite, I guess. Yeah. So these you got to be careful with, because I'm sure they're pretty good. There are a heck of a lot of them here, you can see. So we'll just have to excuse me, swallowed wrong. We'll just have to see what's what when we come to this. We're gonna have to do a test fitting before we touch this thing with glue or anything. And same thing on the bottom. You're gonna have a mighty good time putting those on the bottom. And just remember, and we're gonna be careful. I think I'll do the top first, then the bottom, because these are all numbered pieces, and you don't want to get these all mixed up, because you can clearly see, even from the illustration, those aren't the same shapes, are they? No, they are not. It's a little wider, that's a little skinnier. It's more of an egg shape there, and that's more of a bowl shape there. So, and then, yeah, the last one right here. So, yeah, I can't wait to, this is, I think, one of the cooler things here, is these, I'm not sure what that is. It looks cool, but these we're gonna have to remove this section here and put these in place of those. We're gonna have to put these on here, mark them off, and because we want to leave a little bit of a ledge around. We don't want to cut this whole thing out. We want to leave a little bit of a ledge in here along the perimeter, so these things can sit on it, and it's got to be about that thin. Let me see these. Look at these more carefully. Yeah, that is super thin. Yeah, you want to leave a super thin ledge. You can see how thin it's going to have to be around the perimeter. Like I bet that's a millimeter at the top, and it's 2 mil on the side. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, there is the photo etch. As far as looks go, I am very impressed by this set. Lots of microscopic detail, as you would imagine. This is part of this. This is the part that goes in the center of this. And then you've got the perimeter around here, which glows blue. Yeah, it's going to look cool. Lots of photo etch to do. So that's basically a primer on that. We'll be getting to all this. We're going to, as I said before, I think before we paint most of it, we're going to put on all the photo etch, or a big chunk of the photo etch. It's going to be, what are we going to do, what are we going to have to do, when are we going to have to do it kind of a thing. I would like to put the phaser arrays on last, and I would like to not paint them, because that's very close to I mean, they're a little bit darker, but I love this. I love the copper kind of bronzy kind of color. Brass. It's brassy. It's brass. It's not bronze. It's not copper. It's brass. But that's pretty close to what they look like, I think. They're a little more into the browns. But I don't want to paint these. I think they look cool just like this on the hull. It's like the Kronos 1 photo etch parts for the 1350 Katinga. When they put the photo etch on there, it looked regal to just have the photo etch. Also, when we do our, it's regal, it's really shiny, but when we do, I'm going to sand these a little, and we're going to put a dull coat over the hull, so it's going to bring that shine down quite a bit. So, the only other thing that I have got for right this moment is, I could have swore that they did someone did, and I could have swore it was HDA himself that did a really nice decal set for the 1400D. I cannot find it on his site. So if anyone out there knows of a really nice decal set for this model, I would like to get it. There was one that was out there. I could have swore it had all the it might have been for the 1/1000th, but I could have swore it was the 1/1400th. But it had all the escape pods. It had the transporter pads, which actually this decal set has the transporter pads. I didn't show that off, did I? But it has the transporter pads on it. As you can see, these are detail parts for the end of the nacelle. And that, is that on the top side? I think that's on the top side. I'm pretty sure that that's where the strobe is, right there. So it's almost giving you like a nice little key for where you drill your hole for that. And you can see the deflector array. Remove this, or scratch that off, and then put those on. And yeah. So I am going to go. I'm going to be back with some windows. I think we're going to start on the neck because those look to be the most annoying. So we're going to get our old drill out. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. All right, so here we are with the neck pieces. It is in 3 pieces, of course. So we glue these together like this, and then this goes on the back, something like this. It's kind of always awkward to line up. It does have a little niche right here. You kind of line that up with the opposing niche on this side. They could have designed this a lot better. It kind of goes like that. So what we're going to be doing though is cutting out windows. And see all these little teeny windows. This is the smallest bit I have. It's probably 1 millimeter. That's about the size of these windows. I'm not, again, cutting all these out. I'm just going to cut some of them out. We're going to start with these. I think this is the most annoying place to start. So that's why we're starting with these. They're very small. There are a lot of them. And, yeah, well, I guess let's get going. So I'm going to start. They even go up onto here. I don't even know how these decks, what these decks even look like. Because of the organic shape of this. If you look at this, it's kind of untenable. There's windows right there. Right in here. But if you look at the angle, that is bizarre. The deck must go like this and then around the corner, and it's bizarre. Yeah, I don't know how you would, some of this you wouldn't be walking straight for, is what I'm saying. But it's okay, they've got artificial gravity, they can do whatever they want, they can walk on the side of the hallway if they wanted to, it's artificial gravity. So I think we're going to start right about here. Like so. Alright. So these are oval windows. You should start with the littler ones. It's kind of a big one. There are multiple sizes even within here. There's smaller ones and there's longer ones. I think I'm going to start from the top, go across, move to the bottom. I think that'd be the best thing to do. I guarantee I'm going to screw some of these up. It's just going to happen. I'm going to try not to. So we're going to maybe make a guide hole or a starting depression for my pin vise. Right about there. See if that works. I'm going to have to clean these up with a file too. That's just going to happen. Pop through. Oop, that wasn't even up at the top. Oh well. Do that in. This thing's got a kind of a sharp end to it. I don't want to break the pin vise either. There's a little bit in the middle. There we go. There we go. Alright. And of course you're going to get the little junk on the back side. Cut that off. I'm just gonna carefully, be careful here. There we go. There we go. To clean it out just a little bit more. Just junk in there. There we go. That is one. That is one window. Can you see it? It's right here. There we go. One window. I still have to. The shape is kind of wonk, but we'll get that right in a second here. All right. Well, there. It's not bad. That's about it. So, that's one. And that's how long it took. I'll probably get faster at this as I go along. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this right now. That's kind of why I was doing this. Also, I'm filming this just to show you how long this is going to take. So, I'm going to get to this. And, yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to try to get the neck done. And I think I'll call it an episode for now. But yeah, I'm going to try to get the neck done. And yes, these. I think the ones at the angles are the most annoying. You got stuff that's on a flat surface, like this, and so it's probably going to be a little easier. And they're bigger windows, too. And one just goes off the side. Wow, that's not going to get cut out. There's one. Let's see if we can see this. Focus. Focus on the foreground. Can you see it right there? Goes off the mold, and it does that on the other side too. So that's we're not gonna bug with that. All right, I'm just gonna get to it. All right. So I'm sanding on my photo etch here. It's a good idea to sand them down a little bit to help them so that paint will adhere to them. and I just used this is a 300 grit, and then I went over that with I think this is 800 grit. But don't be too zealous in your sanding, otherwise you'll do something stupid like this and completely ruin one of your impulse engines. And then also one of these things, I took one of these edges. See, it's the same part as, where's the other one? This. See how it kind of comes like that, and it doesn't anymore in this because I bent the hell out of it. So yeah, just be very careful when you're sanding, or you'll have to buy a whole another photo etch kit, which I did. HDA was nice enough to expedite this. He got this out the same day I ordered it, and it was here toot sweet. So much thanks to him for that, because I am dumb and do dumb things like that. In fact, I don't even think you need to sand on these things. They're just so small. Or if you do, I was sanding at different angles. As you can see, I was coming at it from a different angle, and that's what hit it. I should have been sanding with it, like this way. But yeah, it's a good idea to sand your backside here too, of your photo etch, not your actual backside, because it'll help the glue will get into those little tiny grooves there, and it'll help it adhere to your plastic. So, just a little heads up, I did this, don't do it, don't be dumb. Back to the windows. Alright guys, we have our neck windows cut out. Here's the starboard side, this is where I started, all those windows. Here's the port side, that's what I did next. And then I did the back, or the dorsal section of the neck. So you got these big windows up here, and then those little ones right there. They're a little janky, and then not very straight. I got that one pretty good. I got that one pretty good. I got some of these pretty good. That's not bad. But yeah, some of them were a little bit beany. They look like beans more than windows. I think I can go back in here with a file and try to straighten them out just a little bit. I'm not sure which one I'd use. Not the flat file. Where is my leaf? Yeah, maybe this guy. Go back in here and just try to straighten them out just a little bit with the tip here. So yeah, we got all that done. It only took a week, and I broke a bunch of drill bits in the process. See here. That one I threw away, but I also broke that brown one there. Let's see. Broke that one I threw away. Broke that one. Broke that one. Broke that one. Broke that one. These I was using for the this brown one I was using for brown one, and there was a blue one next to it, I think. Let's see. Do I even have one left? Or is it green? It was green. It was this green one. I was using this green and brown one to do the these windows here. And then I was using this blue one and this brown one to do these windows. I was using the blue one to do these windows up top and the brown one to do these windows on the bottom. And yeah, I busted 7 of these buggers so far. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I might have to buy some more drill bits or not be stupid. One of the two. I kept on. One of the things I did is I drill in and then I try to pull out like that. When I tried to pull out, it would just snap off. So after you drill in, don't pull it out, reverse it. So let's grab the I got this guy left. Let's see if we can line up a window. There we go. So you drill in, clockwise, and when you get to the point where you want it, through it, counterclockwise it right back out very gently. This guy survived most of this side, this whole side and the bottom of this side, doing that method. Don't try to pull it. Be careful. Don't, go sideways with it, because it'll just snap right off. These are tungsten, but I mean, still, if you get this thing sideways a little bit, it's so small, it's just going to snap like a twig, because it doesn't matter. It's just going to snap. So that's what I was doing for these windows. Also clean up the back sides a little bit. So I think that's going to do it for the first episode. Just an intro episode. Just do a little window work. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go on and we're going to do the secondary hull. The primary hull is a bunch of, it's just a bunch of lights. I don't think there's just one flasher, I think, on that D. And that's on the top of the saucer, on the bridge, in the rear of the bridge. So I think the most complex stuff is going to be the secondary hull, I think. We'll see if my opinion of that changes here in the near future. But you've got the deflector array, we've got the nacelles, we've got everything, all those windows to cut out, we've got trenches to dig in multiple places. So we will see if it ends up being the bigger pain in the butt. Then one of the things I want to do next time is work on my shuttle bays, design some shuttle bays, all 3 of them. We're going to work on those. So, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank all my new subs, all my old subs. You guys are equally rad. And until next time, you guys, take care.